इस्राइल मुर्दाबाद।
बैंगलोर फॉर जस्टिस एंड पीस ने आज फ्रीडम पार्क में फलस्तीन के साथ यकजहती के इजहार के लिए एहतजाज किया। गाजा 1 साल से जायद अरसे से मुसलसल बमबारी का सामना कर रहा है, जिसकी वजह से तकरीबन 1,88,000 अफराद हलाक हुए, जिनमें 16,500 बच्चे भी शामिल हैं। एहतजाज करने वालों ने इंसाफ और अमन का मुतालिबा किया है। बहुत से लोगों ने रियासती हुकूमत के दोहरे मुआयार पर तशवीश का इजहार किया, ये इल्जाम लगाते हुए कि हुकूमत इसराइल के साथ कारोबारी मुआहिदे कर रही है, जबकि इंसानी मुश्किलों को नजरअंदाज कर रही है। इन्होंने कांग्रेस पार्टी के इजरायली हुकाम के साथ राब्तों पर तनकीद की और सेहत के वजीर दिनेश गुंडूराव और नायब वजीर आला डी.के. शिव कुमार की मिसालें पेश की। इनका पैगाम साफ था, ये तशद्दुद खत्म होना चाहिए और बेगुनाह जिंदगियों की हिफाजत होनी चाहिए।
पैलेस्टाइन के सॉलिडारिटी में बेंगलोर में नहीं, पूरे कर्नाटका से लोग यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं। हमको बहुत जगह से फ़ोन कॉल आया कि हमको वहाँ पे खड़े होना है आपके साथ। ऐसे स्टेटस में जहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट करने के लिए एक ही जगह है शहर पे, आपके पीछे एक पूरा शामियाना डाल के 1000 लोग दूसरा प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं। तो हमको चाहिए कि हमारी आवाज़ पैलेस्टाइन तक रीच हो कि यूएस और इजराइल का जेनोसाइड जो 1 साल से ज़्यादा चल रहा है, 1 साल से हम देख रहे हैं लोग नॉन स्टॉप पैलेस्टाइन के ऊपर बॉम्ब्स डाल रहे हैं। स्कूल्स, हॉस्पिटल्स और रेफ्यूजी कैंप्स, हर जगह जहाँ पे सेफ होता है, सिविलियंस को टारगेट करते हुए लोग वहाँ पे बॉम्ब डाल रहे हैं इजराइल लोग। और उसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए अमेरिका से बिलियंस एंड बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स हैव कम। Western countries have continuously supported. India has fought against the British colonization. India has fought against colonization for all the time. And that's why we are in solidarity with Palestine. India has a history of being in solidarity with Palestine. India has created the space in New Delhi for Palestinian embassy. Our political leaders have stood by Yasser Arafat and many Palestinian movement leaders. Today we are seeing a shift. We are seeing a shift. Modi has started to, in the last 10 years, we are seeing Modi has started to have tie-ups with Israel by selling our companies, selling our public sector, selling arms, selling military technology, selling surveillance technology and fuel. They are selling it to Israel. We as the people of India want to stand against this tie-up with Israel and we call for a full arms embargo. क्योंकि वहाँ पे जो बेच रहे हैं वही वेपन्स यहाँ पे आके हमारे कश्मीर में, बस्तर में, मणिपुर में ड्रॉप कर रहे हैं। सेम बम जो गाजा में गिर रहा है वही बम हमारे भारत में बस्तर आदिवासी लोग के ऊपर, कश्मीरियों के ऊपर और मणिपुर लोगों के ऊपर। तो हम इसलिए बोल रहे हैं कि ये टाई अप जो हो रहा है, हम इस टाई अप के अगेंस्ट ये प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं ताकि हमारी आवाज़ दिल्ली तक पहुँचे, पैलेस्टाइन तक पहुँचे और बोले कि इंडिया और इजराइल के बीच में कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए। द पुलिस हैज़ गिवन अस परमिशन which is firstly defeating the very idea of a protest. Police gave us permission to protest and then we organized a protest for more than 200-300 people have come. Now the police are giving different rules saying you cannot hold a Palestinian flag. That's why you see many of our volunteers distributing watermelon. Israeli government did the same thing. Israeli government banned the colors of the Palestinian flag. They banned the watermelon, which is a symbol for Palestinian resistance today. So we are still going to go ahead with our protest. We are not going to break the law. We are not going to violate any provisions of the law. We are going to continue peaceful resistance and get our voices heard at the global level.
It is extremely, one feels very, very desperate about humanity. I mean, is this what we've come to? Where, you know, when children are being targeted and killed only because you don't want another generation to be born. and this is something that we had condemned. You know, when the colonizers did this, the whole world stood up against it, right? We all fought against colonization. What is this if not another face of a more virulent and barbaric colonization, and that too in a post-war world? A post-war world in which we were supposed to make peace the basis of a new world order. But now I think that the hypocrisy of that stands exposed. You know, and today we realize that actually what we are witnessing is the triumph of the military-industrial complex, which today is being also overlaid with Zionist and all other forms of imperialism, which are more identity-based. And I think Zionism today is really, I think I no words to even condemn the kind of violence that is within its very soul, I think, you know. And what we appreciate is that many Jewish people are coming out and condemning this. And I think that is what is required. For some strange reason, governments and police seem to be very afraid of the Palestinian flag. So, because the Palestinian flag is not being allowed by the police here to be held, the watermelon, which has become a symbol of Palestinian resistance, that is being held. So this is what we are holding up as a sign of our solidarity with Palestine.
It's 1 year. The world has been protesting. There have been some countries who call themselves mighty, democratic, who speak for justice and all of them, who are siding with a rogue state. For whatever reason, they are siding with the rogue state, which is wrong. And this, whatever atrocities have been happening on children, on elderly, on hospitals, on schools, on refugees, all this should stop. This is wrong, okay? With the blood of these innocent people, if you are going to gather a territory, it is terribly wrong, and we have to condemn it. It is not about right and it is not about mighty and the mighty and the less fortunate. It is about right and wrong. Some countries, for whatever capital gain, for whatever, they may be siding and aligning with Israel, but this is totally wrong. You have to align with what is right, and in this whole episode, Israel is wrong. It has done war crimes. It has to be booked, and countries should break ties with Israel, just like what happened years ago with South Africa, with the apartheid thing. Such kind of stringent actions from the world should be taken against Israel.
So how do you think there's a much of manpower which has gone to Israel from India?
It's very shameful. It's very shameful that we have a fascist government in India. It is very shameful that they are not only sending manpower, but they are also sending ammunition, we heard, okay, which is wrong. This also should stop immediately.
And how do you see that there are some Andhbhakts who are actually celebrating the war between Israel?
The current regime which is ruling India is an Islamophobic regime, okay, and anything against Islam, you see the fascist regime aligning with it. That should not be the policy of a country as diverse and great as India. We believe in the Constitution values, and what India aligned with for decades. We have always aligned with Palestine, and that should be our stand. The current fascist regime, which is in India, has been aligning. It has been doing double talk. It has been abstaining in certain places. It's been doing double talk. It's not taken a clear stance, which is wrong. It should take a clear stance and stand with Palestine.
We'll have to see whether the protests have impact, but we need to immediately stop, as a country, all support of Israel. Institutions in our country have to stop supporting things which encourage what is happening in Israel. In particular, science institutions, trading institutions, commercial institutions must cease their implicit endorsement which is happening in the name of the Indian people. And also India is sending construction workers now to Israel. India has not stopped import of arms, export of arms in the name of cyber security and whatnot. All this has to stop right away. And I hope the protests will have some impact I hope the protests will tell the government how the Indian people feel about making Indian people participate in what Israel is doing today.
Across the world, there are people who believe in imperialism or supremacy psychosis. That is what I have been telling the Nimans to consider this as a disease. Even the Manuwadi in India feel they are supreme people by race, religion and caste, and they want to use the other people as slaves. So this idea of slavery, idea of supremacy or imperialism has to stop, and people should understand that everybody is born equal and live equal and die equal. So until unless that sense of equality comes into everybody, such wars will be happening, and such people, there will be two sides. One will be benefiting out of it and rejoicing it and enjoying it and justifying it, and the other people will be oppressed. So let us understand that this change has to happen, and I have been telling Nimans to recognize it as a disease, giving ICD code and subclassification for race, religion, caste and degrees and position, but it is not happening. When the intellectuals itself are not thinking of this, and the psychiatrists and psychologists are not up to the mark. Even in America, white supremacy is being debated in the Congress to be considered as a disease. So until unless such things happen, truthfully, people will not understand the reality of this psychosis. This madness should stop, and people should live helping each other in a leave, let and live and love and let love policy, so that everybody will be happy and healthy and create a heaven on this earth.
I've been following this now for quite a few decades, and since October 7th this has been unacceptable. You cannot bomb children, you cannot bomb women, you cannot invade another country, you cannot. There is international law and rules must be followed. It should be followed not just only for the global south, it has to be followed by America, the allies, and Israel, which is their vassal state in the Middle East. So this is unacceptable, because if there's no international rule of law, why are we all pretending, to be a global anything, right? So for the UN to function, for peace in the world, we need US to be held accountable. We need Israel to be held accountable. And we need India to stop arming Israel. Elbit, Adani and Elbit are supplying drones to Israel. That has to stop.
इसराइल ने फिलिस्तीन पर इतना जुल्म किया और इतने सारे बच्चों को और औरतों को और इतने सारे बेगुनाहों को जो कत्ल किया है, उसके खिलाफ हम यहाँ पर आवाज उठाने के लिए आए हैं। खुदा इन्हें नीस्तो नाबूद करे। और सबसे बड़ा दाग जो आज हम खासकर शिया और तमाम मुसलमानों के दिल में है, हमारे सैयद हसन नसरुल्लाह का है। आज तक यकीन नहीं हो रहा कि हमारे सैयद को इस तरह से उड़ा दिया इजराइल ने, मगर ए जालिमो, तुम इस बात को याद रखो कि तुमने एक हसन नसरुल्लाह को हटाया है, मगर हजारों हसन नसरुल्लाह अभी पैदा होंगे और तुमको बर्बाद कर देंगे, इसलिए कि जालिम को इस दुनिया में रहने का हक नहीं है। इजराइल को जब वहां से भगाया गया था तो फिलिस्तीनियों ने अल्लाह के हुक्म से उनका साथ दिया, उनको जरा सा रहने और खाने का मौका दिया, मगर ये ऐसे बदबख्त हैं कि जिन्होंने उस जगह को ही गस्ब कर लिया। गस्बी सेविनियों पर हमारी तरफ से लानत और खुदा की तरफ से लानत बरसे।
Today we are seeing the DK Shiv Kumar, we are seeing Agriculture Minister, we are seeing Dinesh Gundurao. They are continuously meeting with the Consul General of Israel to South India, making trade agreements and making tie-ups. They allowed for India-Israel Business Summit to happen in our Bangalore, and Karnataka government is violating not only the Indian Constitution but the very own party policy. Congress party leaders in Delhi are saying something else, and in Bangalore they are saying something else. So we are asking the Karnataka government to wake up and see that this is more than 2 lakh people have died. They are targeting only civilians. We are asking the Karnataka government to stand with their own party policy. Congress party policy is to be in solidarity with Palestine. That's what our demand is.
Do you think Congress government is doing a double standard game when it comes to minorities? They need appeasement politics.
See, I do not stand for appeasement politics or any of that description. Congress party is going where the money goes. This is behind the market. This is wherever they can sell our land, our fuel, our products, our resources. They are going behind money. That's how Adani has sold India to Israel. That's how Modi is selling India. That's what Congress is doing. कांग्रेस और बीजेपी में उतना फर्क नहीं है। एक फर्क है कि हिंदुत्व और जायनिज्म are a deadly alliance and they are in it together. Hindutva has a genocidal perspective, Hindutva has a violent perspective filled with hate. Israel is also using the same language of Hindutva. So BJP and Congress में उतना फर्क नहीं होगा क्योंकि पैसा जहाँ है वहाँ भाग रहे हैं.